All right, we landed in Alabama, and I landed with my MTC companion, Sister Andalyn. Then we went to the mission home, which was a super cute little house where we met our mission president and his wife, President and Sister Sainsbury, who are two older adult leaders who were called to lead the mission and help us in situations where we're not really sure what to do. They also figure out who our teaching partners will be so that we can stay balanced and be the best that we can be while we're out teaching people the gospel. At the mission home, we got to have interviews with President and set things up with our mission nurse so that we can be taken care of in case anything happens. And we got to spend a lot of time together talking and relax after traveling. And then went to a hotel and we crashed for the night. The next day we went to the nearest church building. I think it was actually one of the big ones, the stake centers. And we had a gigantic transfer meeting where all of the missionaries that were transferring to a different area, or all of the trainers and new missionaries, went there, and we had a few meetings, we learned a few new things, there was a few talks, and then it was announced where we were going and who we were going with. And I went to the Inverness Ward, which is a section in the center of Birmingham, with my trainer, Sister Brady. First thing we did was jump right into it and start doing heart attacks. We had all of these cute little heart-shaped cards that we just went from door to door taping up on different people's houses just to let them know that we love them. It was all different who are members of our church that we either were really close to or were trying to get to know. Then, when we had a spare moment, we got to work setting up our apartment with our study space and our board so that we could see what we were doing and what lessons we were going to, and someplace for our bikes to go so that they didn't make a mess everywhere. It was actually pretty fun. Now, we were lucky. For missionaries in the morning, we're supposed to go and exercise for 30 minutes at least, every morning. And we had a gym nearby. But to be able to get to that gym, we had to walk about a mile. And then there was this gated off area with a swimming pool and a nice deck, and inside of there was the gym. And there was a pond around it, and a bunch of geese and ducks, and I'm pretty sure a few different herring lived over there. And there was an attack duck that sat on the rug and attacked us every time we tried to go in. So we started going the other direction to get in, going around the building instead of through. And there was a goose nesting on the other side of the building. It did not like us, and it made that very clear every time we tried to go by.
I think he's sleeping.
Oh no, he's awake. Hello. Yeah, there's a goose in the flower pot.
Where's the other one? Where's Dad? Are you Dad? Or are you Mom?
How you doing? Aye, we leaving. Oh, there's another one over there.
Oh, eggs. There's eggs in this one.
We might be getting in trouble in a minute.
No, that was not the only time we had problems with ducks. There was this pond in the middle of an apartment complex that we would teach at a lot, and we would walk around the pathway that they had around the pond there, and we would talk to people as they were walking around, and we would get to know the people that lived there, and we had a few friends that we would meet outside by the pond. But every time there was this duck, this one specifically, I swear it was the same one every time. It would follow us around and chase us. It did not like us. Now, one of the many things that me and Sister Brady did was selfies. And yes, selfies are an everyday normal thing, but we would take selfies all the time. So we got some selfies in some pretty funny ways. Enjoy! Okay, so this one has a pretty funny story with it. We actually had been attracting in one of the apartment complexes that we had been in quite frequently. We were just finishing knocking all of the doors there, and we knocked the wrong door because the courtesy officer answered the door and kicked us out of the apartment complex, so we weren't allowed to come back. That kind of sucked. He followed us out, made sure we left. And honestly, that was the first of many times I got kicked out of an apartment complex. Honestly, though, once that happens, it's not really all that frightening to go knock on someone's door and talk to them anymore. It just kind of becomes the thing you do. You go and try to talk to people, and they kick you out, and you go try to talk to people. Sometimes they let you in, and it's amazing. The spirit is strong. You get to teach people. You see their lives change. It's beautiful. Most of the time, though, you get kicked out of the apartment complex. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy, because it sure as heck is not. But it's not as nerve-wracking. As long as you're going door to door, when you're talking to people on the street, that is terrifying. Anyway, it's late, and I've gotta go. Next week, I'll tell you some more about my time with my trainer sister Brady. Later.